43 minutes after the hour. Want to light up but don't have the dough? Good news, at least if you live in Berkeley, California. A new law requires medical marijuana dispensaries to give away at least 2% of their weed to low-income patients. Here to react is recovering drug addict and head of the International Faith-Based Coalition, Bishop Ron Allen and Mason Tvert, the Director of Communications for the Marijuana Policy Project. Good morning, guys. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Bishop Allen, I'll start with you. Doesn't marijuana have a reputation of getting folks off the couch and turning them into goal-oriented, driven individuals?
Well, marijuana makes you, number one, lethargic. It kills your motivation, for sure. Mm-hmm. And I would certainly tell you the underserved and poor and low income of Berkeley do not deserve to be a part of Berkeley City's council, sinister and reckless plot to keep these individuals high and in poverty. Kills motivation. It affects judgment. These individuals will never get out of poverty with this plan from Berkeley City Council.
And what do you think? I mean, Mason, on the other hand, you say that there's a real need for this, and Berkeley residents deserve to be treated just like everybody else.
Well, ultimately, the voters in California decided to make medical marijuana legal. It's something that 85% of Americans think should be legal and available, according to the last Fox News poll. And it's something that medical societies around the country think is an effective treatment for all sorts of conditions, whether it's AIDS, cancer, ALS, epilepsy. And so this is a community that has decided that if you are a qualified medical marijuana patient, you should be able to access it affordably. And you can argue about, whether that's a good social policy or not in terms of providing affordable medical care to lower income people. But the fact is, that's this community's decision. The bishop is just way off base. More than 50% of Americans have tried marijuana. It's far less harmful.
While we're talking about a percentage here, let's take a look at the poverty-stricken percentages in Berkeley. The poverty rate there, 18%. Overall 18%. In the United States, it's 15%. So it's actually higher in Berkeley. Bishop, what do you think this is going to do, this policy is going to do to that number?
It's going to increase the poverty. And Mason, the FDA has not qualified marijuana as medicine. It has to go through a process. And although we hear that ridiculous excuse about the FDA, they qualify your peanut butter, my friend. And so we find no medicine at all in marijuana. In fact, it enhances mental illness. It is more carcinogenic than cigarettes. You got to be kidding me. And in fact, there's a study that's coming out of Calgary that says that marijuana affects the same pleasure system as heroin and cocaine. Now, what does that mean? You might say that marijuana is not addictive. Mason, let me get personal with you for a minute. I was an addict for 7 years of my life, crack cocaine addict, a functional crack cocaine addict. Passed test, went to work, but let me tell you, my friend, I was addicted to crack cocaine. And many people
out there about crack cocaine,
that are watching
let's
are very
stick to the
addicted to marijuana.
Let's stick to the subject of marijuana. And the fact is that marijuana has gone through more human clinical trials than more than 30% of prescription drugs the FDA has approved. And, we're not talking about your personal experience with crack cocaine. We're talking about whether seriously ill people in California are deserving of medical marijuana at an affordable price if they qualify under the state law. I mean, how uncompassionate can you be to say someone who is sick and dying of AIDS?
I'm a pastor.
Sir, can I please finish? How you are saying someone who is sick and dying of HIV and AIDS should not be able to have affordable access to this medication when their physician and all the national AIDS groups say that it will make the quality of their life better. That is uncompassionate, no matter how you look at it.
Mason and Bishop Allen, we're going to have to leave it there. I apologize. Certainly a lively debate. We appreciate both of your sides. Mason, you saying the good outweighs the bad, and Bishop Allen, you think it just is completely ludicrous all the way around. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
48 minutes after the hour.